Welcome to the Modern Sales Method podcast, the show that's changing the way we think about sales. I'm your host, Greta. With over 20 years of experience in sales, I'm on a mission to help sales professionals move away from outdated tactics and tricks that simply don't work in the 21st century, and instead work in a way that's clear, relevant, and aligned with how people actually make decisions today. Words like convincing, persuading, and closing are making way for a better approach, solving real problems and communicating value clearly. Each week, we unpack the principles of the modern sales method and redefine sales through purposeful selling. No scripts, no pressure, just real conversations.
Hi, I'm Greta, and welcome to the second episode of the Modern Sales Method podcast. So, in last week's episode, we spoke about why the traditional way of building rapport is dead. We unpacked why irrelevant small talk is no longer working in modern B2B sales, and why establishing yourself as a credible, knowledgeable consultant matters so much more. We also spoke about asking relevant, specific questions instead of lazy, generic ones. But what is the point of being insightful and relevant if you have nobody to talk to? I hate to break it to you, but business buyers are not ignoring you because they're busy. They're ignoring you because your outreach sounds exactly like everyone else, and you're not giving them a real reason to meet with you. If you're still making contact with potential clients through standardized emails and generic pitch decks, followed by the classic, I'm just following up on the below email times 20 and getting no meetings booked, then this episode is for you. Time and time again, I hear salespeople saying, they're just not getting back to me and I've sent so many follow-up emails. So the question is, what are you actually saying in those emails and what should you be saying? But let's just rewind for 1 minute before we get into that. Remember, B2B and B2C are two completely different worlds. In B2C, online marketing often drives quick decisions. In B2B, decision making is slower, more complex, and often involves multiple people to get involved. And unlike B2C, your customer pool is often much smaller. People in industries know each other and reputations spread quickly. So if you're working for a well-known company with a huge marketing budget and clients are calling you for meetings, that's great and that's a lot different. But that is unfortunately not the reality for many sales professionals. There are many people that are struggling to secure enough meetings every week, and there are many reasons for that. Maybe the client has had a bad experience with someone within your organization, or maybe the market is overcrowded with competitors, or the company that you work for is relatively unknown, and of course that makes it a lot more difficult. If the way you reach out to clients does not give them a reason to meet with you, it will be hard to secure quality meetings. So today I want to give you some guidance on what to actually do and what actually works much better. Here is the mindset shift. Much like online advertising needs to give consumers a reason to click, your outreach needs to give future business partners a reason to meet with you. Not because you want a meeting, because they see value in having one. Here are the 4 things you should do. Number 1, give them value from the start. Offer valuable information that they might not already have access to. Now, I'm not saying being anti-competitive or giving away confidential information, but every business sits with insights, trends, or observations that could help their clients make better decisions. For example, it could be insights on a product movement and what consumer buying behavior is indicating. It might be supply chain trends that your organization has noticed in the market, or operational inefficiencies across the industry that might affect their business. You need to figure out what valuable perspective do we have that others don't. Because when you lead with insights, you immediately position yourself differently, different to your competitors that are sending those generic, our business does this, that, and the other emails. Number 2, don't ask for 60-minute meetings. People are busy. Don't ask them for an hour-long meeting, ask them for 15 minutes instead. That feels manageable and low pressure, and this will reduce friction. And honestly, if you can't communicate value in 15 minutes, you probably won't do so in 60 minutes either. Number 3, don't ignore junior decision makers and junior buyers. This is a big mistake many salespeople make. In B2B sales, decisions are often made by multiple people, and sometimes the smartest move is not starting at the top. Meeting with more junior decision makers first can actually help you in a big way. Why? Because you can learn. You can discover how the business works, what challenges they face, how budgets work, who influences decisions, and what matters to them internally. And if you handle it correctly, you're already gaining an internal supporter before you even move higher up. And number 4, prepare properly. If someone gives you 15 minutes of their time, you better be prepared. And this is where step 2 of the modern sales method comes in, to craft. Craft is about connecting what you offer to what actually matters to them. Not delivering a generic presentation, not listing the features of your product or giving them a product training in the first meeting. Not talking endlessly about your company. It's about crafting a message that makes sense to them in their world and linking the information and insights you've shared directly to the value you can provide. And that is what modern B2B sales professionals do differently. And that's it for today's episode. And if you take one thing from today, let it be this: people don't give their time to salespeople anymore. They give their time to people who bring relevance, insight, and value. Next week's episode is going to be a good one. We are talking about AI in B2B sales, how to use AI in preparation, how AI can make you more effective, and of course, the big question: will AI replace B2B sales professionals anytime soon? I would love to hear your thoughts on that. So head over to our Facebook page and join the conversation. And remember, no scripts, no pressure, just real conversations.